Cheers.
Cheers. Your life is rigidly governed as an Orthodox Jew. Every person that I've talked to who's Orthodox and Jewish and gay has contemplated suicide.
It all comes back to money.
Don't come out or kill yourself, or come out and potentially lose everyone you love.
Do you think that you could pray away your gay? Hi. How are you? Oh my god, you're fine. You're fine. Good to meet you. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course.
Oh, looks amazing. Thank you.
I did my best.
They look delicious. Thank
you.
you.
Okay, you guys enjoy.
Thank you so much. So I guess we should introduce you to my video. This is Micah. How old are you, Micah?
22.
22. Yeah, you're the youngest person I found in the series so far.
Oh, okay. So I used to live on Clark, but I had a really good friend whose dad would take me here every Sunday.
And what would you get? These almond croissants?
I would get a croissant. I don't know if I got an almond croissant. An almond croissant's kind of new because I have a
let's
French
try
friend.
it.
Okay, let's try it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yup.
It's a French bakery, I mean,
So good.
you know,
Wait, so if it's a French bakery, why is it
like
for-
French kosher.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Because-
Like, what is kosher? Like, why aren't all bakeries kosher?
No. So, in order for something to be considered kosher, this is like how I grew up. It's pretty insane. In order for something to be considered kosher, you need to have somebody watch the food. So,
Watch it.
yeah, to make sure that it's being made properly and there's nothing in it that you're not allowed to eat. And you have to pay for it. So it makes the food more expensive.
So that's why kosher restaurants are more expensive.
Yes.
If you're enjoying our queer life, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really, really helps. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we were talking about how you grew up Orthodox Jewish.
Yes. So when I was young, I was like happy, but I do think financially we were really hit by being an Orthodox Jew is really, really expensive.
Why?
There's an expectation that you need to send your kids to private school, and private school is like $1 million.
And specifically
So-
private school for Orthodox Jewish people?
For Orthodox Jewish people. And my parents like did not have the money for it and actually like went bankrupt as a result.
Can you not
And
just
a lot of
can
people
you
do
go
that.
to public school if you can't afford it?
You can, but it's frowned upon by the community.
Because you're not around other Orthodox Jewish people.
Yes. The guiding fear of Orthodox Jewish education is assimilation. Your life is rigidly governed as an Orthodox Jew.
Growing up, did you only have Orthodox Jewish friends and you only really saw those kind of people?
Yeah. A huge part of my story is that I started in a school that was really, really religious and was very anti like connection with the outside people. Like they told us that, oh, like people who don't keep Shabbat, like, you know, they're gonna go to hell. A lot about hell. And it's a good scare tactic, especially for kids. So he basically told me that my entire family was going to hell when I was like 9.
I feel like that's kind of common in like strict religions, is like to use a scare tactic on people.
Yeah, for sure.
That's because I would be terrified as a kid too if someone said like you're gonna go to hell if you don't do this or do that.
Yeah. And then I got like severely bullied at in like 6th grade, 7th grade, which I didn't realize is because I was gay, but it's because I was different and people could like sense that.
Oh yeah, like ever since I was in like 5th grade, I think people automatically, even before I knew I was,
Yeah, for
even before
sure.
I came to terms with the fact that I was gay, people would already call me gay. You know what I mean?
That happened in 8th grade. This was in a school that was so like removed from reality that like gay wasn't part of the vocabulary yet.
When do you think that you realized that you were gay? Like when's your first memory of being like, huh, something's different?
So 14, honestly. Like I really, so when I switched schools in 8th grade, I kind of thought, oh, everything's gonna be great. And then like a new beginning, new school, whatever. And then like a week later, I realized I was gay. I'm like, fuck. I think for me at least, the hardest person to come out to was myself. Like, just because you know that you're attracted to men on some level doesn't mean that you've accepted it. And then for a long time I thought, oh, but it'll change. And like, there's definitely a process of like coming to terms with at least my sexuality. I felt like there was a process.
So for a while you were kind of like, I'm just gonna not think about this and just kind of like go on with my life and figure out what's going on later.
I prayed a lot to like God to like change me.
So at that point, did you think that you could pray away your gay?
Yeah. I asked God to change me, and God was like, nope. It took a long time for me to like accept I'm gay, there's nothing I can do about it. And then once I accepted that, I was like, okay, well, either I have to kill myself or I have to, like, come out. Those were, like, my 2 options.
So you contemplated suicide?
Yes. Wow. Yeah. Which is, like, so scary looking back on, because I was, like, close. I know that if there was, like, a drug in my parents' medicine cabinet that I could have taken, like, 4 or 5 of, and I would have died, like, painlessly, I would have done it. So thank God my mom isn't one of those moms that, like, takes, like, 5 Vicodin a day, because I would have done it.
Because the scariest part is because you're so young, it's like your brain isn't fully formed yet, and it's like you can make rash decisions like that.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like you don't realize that, like, life will get better. Contemplating suicide is a common thing in your community.
For queer Jewish people who are religious, who grew up religious, yes. This is a serious issue. We don't know a lot, but what I do know is that every person that I've talked to who's Orthodox and Jewish and gay has contemplated suicide. And that's just gay. I can't imagine people who have, like, who have issues with their gender identity. I can't imagine people. I mean, Orthodox Judaism is so binary. It's about, like, you have men have these laws and, like, women have these laws. So what if you don't feel like you fit into any of those, into that binary at all? Like, I don't know what you would do. I mean, we pray separately, men and women.
Really?
Yeah, there's, like, a wall.
So if you are trans or if you're non-binary, if you don't know where you stand, what would you do? Where would you pray?
You would probably go to the side, like, where you're, how you were born or how you were identified at birth. And then for some people, that's really hard.
It's dangerous. So what does the Jewish community say about these people that are committing suicide because they're gay? There's
been movement. I would say the Jewish community, my Jewish community, like the one that I'm from, is kind of stuck in, like, the 90s, right? Like, we know gay people exist. We're okay with them. We know they're here. We want to tolerate them. We want to, like, accept them. And I said, okay, but, like, are you going to do that at the expense of a gay kid committing suicide? Like, how much blood do you want on your hands?
Right, actually.
Have none. When I came out, people were a lot more accepting than I thought they were. Which originally was, like, such a huge weight off my shoulders. I'm, like, happy, and I have friends and stuff. And then I realized, like, that's fucked up. That I thought my life was going to fall apart. That didn't come out of nowhere. That's not just my anxiety. That's a lifetime of, like, whispered dinner conversations against gay people. That's a lifetime of, you know, internalized homophobia coming out as a 14-year-old and saying, don't come out or kill yourself, or come out and potentially lose everyone you love. That's what I thought my 2 options were. Clearly, a lifetime of education led me to believe those things were a possibility, at least. What people don't realize is you can't undo oppression by not doing anything. So you can't, like, give people back their rights and then say bye. You can't educate in, like, a racist or homophobic way for, like, 100 years and then just, or, like, thousands of years, and, you know, and then just take that away. You have to do the work of undoing that.
I basically pushed the button over and over again.
Cute. So what were some policies that you wanted to change in your school that, like, you have gotten changed?
I kind of went back and, like, what did I need to see so that I would have felt more safe at school? I was like, I need the school to sign, like, a giant document, like the Declaration of Independence, that just is, like, the queer Bill of Rights. Like, that's what I need. I need on paper, signed, like 8 different things, or like 5 different things that, like, this school commits to, that nothing bad's gonna happen to you. Like, a big one was not being expelled. Another one was discrimination by faculty, administration, or students, not tolerated. Another one was, like, sometimes people would say that they didn't want gay people leading prayer services and stuff like that. So there was equal access to, like, religious roles at school, even if you're gay. Like, you could lead prayers, you could do stuff like that, not necessarily, people wouldn't be comfortable with in other environments because of homophobia.
That's amazing of you and of your school to be open to that.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of them. They for them it was a big deal, and they did lose donations, but I really appreciate that the school did that.
So for a while, money was stopping the schools and essentially the community from accepting gay people because donors are pulling out and they need the money to keep the schools alive.
Yeah.
It all comes back to money.
I think a lot of things come back to money. I mean, my goal, I don't even know if I, like, accomplished it, was was the kid in school. Everyone was like, oh, he's the gay kid. So that other people could like just be gay and have a personality, you know? And they could, like, everybody who came after me didn't have to worry about getting expelled, or if they didn't want to be activists, they didn't have to. They could just be. I fell on the swords that other people didn't have to. But I just want to say that, like, not everybody agreed with, like, my method of doing this, and that's fine. I mean, I did what I could do, and I did it alone, so, and, like, nobody was guiding me. I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
And that's anybody. When you stand up for something you believe in, not everybody's going to agree with you, but that doesn't matter as long as it's something you believe in. I always think with my series, like, if I help one person in the series, like, then my goal is complete.
Exactly.
What's your view on, like, how mainstream media portrays Orthodox Jewish people through shows like Unorthodox or My Unorthodox Life?
There's a lot of people who have lived the life of the girl in Unorthodox.
Do you like the show?
Yes. I like it because I have the knowledge to differentiate between somebody who comes from a community like that you do have to literally run away from, and the community that I grew up in, which is you don't have to run away from, where you can just leave. And my parents haven't disowned me because I'm gay or because I'm you know, not religious or for any other reason. It's so complicated because Judaism is a spectrum, and there's some people who don't believe in God, and like all the way to people who want to freeze everyone out of their life or get rid of everyone in their life who doesn't, you know, follow a certain dogma.
So what's your life like now with you being gay? Like, if you have a boyfriend, do you introduce him to your parents? Like, are you there yet or not?
I would introduce a boyfriend to my parents. I haven't had a boyfriend to introduce to my parents yet, but when the day comes, I will.
Are you excited about that? Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think they'll be cool with it.
Do you want him to be Jewish?
I don't really care. Like, no, I mean, I think there's something special about being with a partner who understands your experience, but there's other experiences that a partner needs to understand also.
I mean, honestly, I don't want to put pressure on you, but I feel like you are put onto this earth, like, for a reason. Like, you have such a voice, and I know that's probably a lot of pressure, like, when you do great things and you're expected to do more great things, and so it's a never-ending, like, oh my gosh, I got to do more, but I truly feel like there's a reason why you're here, and it's to use your voice. Like,
I appreciate that.
I really, really do feel like that, and I'm so, like, happy that I got you on my video, because I feel like you're gonna achieve great things, and I will have this footage forever, and I'm never erasing it from YouTube, so I'll be like, I talked to him when, but no, I honestly feel like you have so many great things in your future, and I hope that you continue to advocate for rights for people in your community, because we need people like you, you know? If you guys have any questions, like, let us know in the comments. I'll get him to answer him.
I'll answer him.
And yeah, this was so much fun. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Sweet. Yes! Oh my god, good job.
Okay.
You killed it. Next week on Our Queer Life, I'm back in Slab City, the last lawless land in the United States, to meet Zach, a gay man who calls Slab City home. It's already cooler.
I overdosed twice for the first time in my life this year.
How did you get caught sucking dick?
Her calling card is she will steal your sugar and shit on your bed. I live in the middle of the desert in a home I've made out of pallets.